He is also a member of our director's board. He is a 4-star director. He has helped over 2,000 families to position themselves for financial freedom. Okay, he is also a director maker, and he is our wonderful leader and our coach. Please help me welcome our 4-star director, Mr.
All right, y'all give me one more round of applause. Please give it up for Miss Sheila Peterson. Yeah. 1-star director in Northern California, flat out getting done out there in Cali. Said that about herself, as you know, but this young lady is one of our top 100 income earners out of 16,000 plus agents around the world. Again, so please give it up for Miss Sheila Peterson. Y'all, I was reading an article earlier, Philip, and it said that every third woman is beautiful. But then it said every third man is handsome. I read that today, y'all. I'm serious. So what I would like for y'all to do this evening, turn to the person to your right. Go ahead, turn to the person to your right. Look them over real good. Look them over there. Now turn to the person to your left. Look them over real good. Look them over there. Now, since it's not them, you are beautiful and you're handsome. Give yourselves a round of applause. So listen, guys, I am flat out excited to be here in Las Vegas, Nevada, for our PlanNet Marketing Spring Convention. Yes. And I was talking with some of the Chairman's Council members. I said, yeah, we got to do something pre-convention, because there's some people in Las Vegas who need to know about this amazing business project. Since we're going to be in Las Vegas, let's not deprive Las Vegas. Right? So if you are a guest and you live in Las Vegas, please stand. We want to love on you for a quick second. That's a big deal. Here's why I say that, because shame on us if we come to your town and your friends, your family, your co-workers be in business with us instead of their business with you. That won't be good, would it? So the person that invited you out tonight actually thought enough of you so you don't miss this. So to the guests, and I always ask all guests do this, and I mean it sincerely, thank the person that invited you out. Go ahead, real quick, just thank them. Thank you. And if they're not here, say thank you, Orlando. No, for real. And I always do that because, guys, this is a big deal. And what you're going to see tonight is something that is allowing so many households around the world to literally position themselves on the money-making side of the $8 trillion industry called travel. Now, I served our country for more than 2 decades, as Sheila mentioned earlier, and it was noble to serve our country, fight for freedoms that we enjoy here in the U.S. and abroad. Right now, and I'm going to say that in applause, but thank you. But the fact is, even after serving our country, after retiring, after being in the military my entire young adult life, from 17 to 39, just like every retiree I personally know, I went and got another job. After retirement. Bless you, Mrs. Roberts. Ladies and gentlemen, what's my point? Retirement is not about age, it's about income. Now, if you had all the money in the world that you needed, you owe nobody anything, nothing but to love them, would you actually get up and go punch a time clock and build somebody else's business? So it doesn't matter if you're 25, 30, 45, or 50 like I'm going to be this year. Would you really work a job if you had the money that you needed? So retirement is not about age. You'd be retired at 25, wouldn't you? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got a vehicle. Somebody say vehicle. Vehicle. A vehicle, and I call it that because most people desire more, desire better, but they don't have a vehicle to help them achieve it. So not that they lack the desire, they just don't have the vehicle. Las Vegas. Do y'all want to see the vehicle that we're utilizing? To change children's financial bloodline. Well, I want you to think about a couple of things real quick. Number one, please imagine what financial freedom looks like for you. Imagine that for just 3 seconds. I want you to imagine it. Financial freedom. What does it look like for you? And then I want you to imagine some personal freedom. What does personal freedom look like for you? Now, the last thing I want you to imagine is time freedom. Imagine that, time freedom. Imagine smashing your alarm clock, having a 10-second commute from your bedroom to your office. Imagine having a 10-second commute down the hallway, not the freeway. The personal freedom. Imagine not having to ask another man or another woman's permission to do something that you desire to do. Because a few years ago, that's what happened to me. I have a daughter, Olivia, 11 years of age, my little princess. Y'all see I'm smiling when I talk about it? And I have a son, Jeremiah, as well. But Olivia, every single night I used to fix her lunch, take her to school in the morning, right? This particular morning, she had a field trip that she was going on. And so I took her to school, got back home, my phone rang. And it was Olivia calling from the school. She said, Dad, I left my lunch on the counter in the kitchen. Can you bring it to me, Dad? I said, okay, sweetie. Jumped in my car, took her to lunch, kissed her, put her on the bus, went back home. But can I tell you, when I got home, sat down at my office to go back to work, it hit me. And I shed a tear that day. I'm not gonna cry in front of y'all, but I shed a tear that day. Because if that would have taken place 2 years prior, I would have had to ask another man's permission to go take care of my child. Now that wasn't the reason I shed a tear. The reason I actually shed a tear that day because I realized that my daughter knew that she could call her dad and I would be there for her. See, that was a big deal for me. That's what personal freedom meant to me because there was a time when I was away from my children 12 months at a time. Because I was in the war zone of Afghanistan. I was in the mountains of Afghanistan. I was in the desert of Iraq. 12 months at a time as a contractor. Yes, sir. Now, understand that even after working those jobs, contracting, I was an absent dad. Somebody else raising my children, the school system, society. How many of y'all want your time freedom back? Because more important than your money is your time. Now here's the fact. Everybody in this room knows how much money you have. Well, at least close to it, right? But you don't know how much time you have, do you? What if we can show you how to design your ideal life? Because the fact is, most of us not living our ideal life. Now here's the fact. We're going to show you how to do that through earning more, through a legitimate, somebody say legitimate? Legitimate home-based business. Now I'm not going to go into details about it, but the home-based business is the best tax strategy ever. That's not a random word, that's the experts saying that. But we have a legitimate home-based business here. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine having the ability to travel better for less. As an industry insider, well, you know the secrets of the travel industry. Because how many of y'all travel, whether it's for business or pleasure, you travel? Yeah. And that's everybody in the room. But what if you can be paid and compensated for travel you already doing? Would that make sense to you? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine saving more. Again, the one thing better than earning money is saving money. How many of y'all would love to save on that vacation the next time you go on it? Wholesale, still retail. I'm going to show you that as well. You get a chance to experience all four of these guys under this one umbrella. Who are we? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to some and present to others the founder, the visionary, Mr. Donald Redman. This is our visionary, the founder of PlanNet Marketing, a gentleman who's a documented 7-figure income earner in this industry, a gentleman who's a true advocate for financial independence, not just for him and his family, but for every single person who desires to win. And he created this business opportunity so that the average person can earn above average income. When I say average, I'm not talking about mediocre. When I say average, I'm talking about that person who works a 9 to 5. We're not talking about quit your job. So this is not quit your job night. Everybody understand that? This is a vehicle that's going to be able to utilize to supplement what you're already doing. Is that fair? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're based out of Atlanta, Georgia. Mr. Bradley, I love what he stated. We're committed to offering a financial opportunity that provides now income. How many of y'all can use some right now income? Right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, more importantly, sustain financial security. Because a lot of things aren't secure. Social security, insecurity. Would you agree with that? Yeah. That 401k ain't okay no more. Right? But we're talking about establishing something that's going to be for generations to come. You see, when Olivia and Jeremiah, when they get my age, they might have some problems, but money won't be one of them. I'm just saying because of what Mr. Bradley has created. Now, Mr. Bradley, a visionary, a founder, a builder, a gentleman who has coached, trained, and developed many six-figure income earners. But I love his business acumen because he said, you know what, I'm not a president, I'm not a CEO of a company, but I know the bad CEO out there. And most companies can't even afford the CEO we have. But Mr. Bradley said, Mr. Andy Kaufman, this gentleman who has managed billions, what it be, billion-dollar corporations, now we have him right here in PlanNet Marketing. So give it up for our CEO, President Andy Kaufman. Now, why is it important? One thing I learned in the military is that the success of any organization rises and falls on leadership. So Mr. Bradley right there found an incredible leader like Mr. Kaufman, already had a relationship with him. Now, it's extremely important because of Mr. Kaufman, now we have launched in the first 90 days of this project into international waters.
Yes.
Show me another company that launched in 90 days and in 6 different countries. You won't be able to do that. So much so, because of Mr. Kaufman, we are now in 6 different countries, at least 8 of the 28 Caribbean islands. Soon to be opened up in the Philippines. So understand the power of the leadership that we have. Guess what? That you get to leverage. Yeah, you get to leverage this. And then our Chief Operating Officer, Mrs. Leanne Treckler, when you talk about support, second to none. And I understood that in the military as well. I keep relating to the military, don't I? I told y'all my whole young adult life I was a soldier, right? But I understood that the soldiers on the front line just as good as the support. They're only as good as support. And we don't have the ammo, we don't have the beans, we don't have the... How successful can you be on the front lines? The same principle and mindset I have with this business. See, because of the support that we have, out here in the field, we can help families without even worry about when they're going to get paid. We ain't worried about, see, in PlanNet Marketing, we don't have support problems.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So to the guests tonight, guys, everything you need is already in place. That's the bottom line up front. Now, our partner in success is IntelliTravel. Somebody say IntelliTravel. It will be a household name. Imagine a company that's been around for a quarter of a century. Never utilized a marketing company before. But granted exclusive partnership with PlanNet Marketing. Okay, that's a big deal. Here's why. 25 years in business, number one, it lets you know it's not a fly-by-night company, here today, gone tomorrow. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Do you think that the founders, the co-founders, and the owner of the company will partner with a company that might not be legitimate? See, what I'm doing is moving the elephants out the room. Because although PlanNet Marketing is 17 months old, IntelliTravel been around for a quarter of a century. And the relationship we have with this company, guys, you have to become, go through a PlanNet Marketing representative to even become an independent travel agent with IntelliTravel. Now, here's what I love about IntelliTravel. Home-based business, true travel agency, no third-party intermediaries. And you're gonna understand what that means here in a second. But I love what the founder, co-founder, and president of IntelliTravel stated. He says, IntelliTravel sells travel. He says, PlanNet Marketing sells us. Can you imagine franchising yourself? Okay, some of you can't, but it's okay, right? Because most of us have an employee mindset. So we met with that transition tonight as well. And that was me. I'm talking about myself when I talk about this opportunity, right? But ladies and gentlemen, imagine infinite possibilities because everybody travels. Whether it's for business or for pleasure, you are going to travel. Would y'all agree with that?
Yeah.
How many of y'all know some church groups that travel? Sororities, fraternities, family reunions, right? All those things. People travel. My daughter dances competitively. They travel. And everybody loves Olivia's dad. They do. Had a nice school dance. They love Olivia's dad because when we go to competitions, guess who take care of the blocks of rooms? Oh, Olivia's dad, he sure want to help us out. Take care of all the rooms for us. I sure do. I make a 10-minute phone call to Sheraton, Marriott, wherever they stand. I'm Orlando Moore, Board Satisfied Travelers, under the umbrella of IntelliTravel.com. I need 100 rooms for Had a Nice School Dance. Okay, Mr. Moore. Give my credentials. Guess who get the commission? Now here's what a lot of you don't even realize. There's a travel commission built into every piece of travel.
That's right.
So imagine now being compensated for something that people are already doing. That's the very important about this business. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for a complex formula, you're going to miss it, right? I took out that word almost. Don't even say almost, okay? everyone you know is traveling, or they desire to. Because we actually did a survey and a poll. We asked 100 people, if you had all the money in the world you needed, all the time you needed, and those two things weren't an issue, what would you do more of? You know what people said? Travel. Ladies and gentlemen, why travel? $8 trillion industry. That's 12 zeros on this side of the decimal. Right? Guys, 8 trillion? How much of that do you need to be going okay? Right? You don't even need a piece of the whole pie, just give me a knife and cut it with. And the economists and the experts have already predicted travel to grow to 15 trillion in the next decade. And Mr. Cooper, did you realize we're already 3 years into that prediction? Now, here's what I was thinking the other day, Ms. Watkins. I said $8 trillion industry travel, growing to 15 trillion. I really started thinking about that. Because Philip, I said, man, if there would have been some travel agents around when the first cruise ship was built, there would have been more than 2 types of animal of every kind on that first cruise ship. Did y'all agree with that? What's my point? Travel ain't going nowhere. And that's your rate. 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now. I don't know if people being on cruise ships or spaceships, so I got to put them on the ships. So you agree with that? We're talking about a recession-proof industry. Travel. #1 research word over the internet between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. What are most people supposed to be doing? She said that quick, did you? But how many of y'all know they actually looking for that escape? Now, what's the point of understanding that everybody is researching travel between 9 and 5? That lets you know everybody around you is traveling or desire to. And they got a picture of a destination, location, right? Palm trees, beaches, things of that nature. Or they got a picture of their children. Or they got a picture of a destination and their children. So either they want to take a vacation or they want to get away from it. The children on vacation, right? Either way they want to go on vacation. Would you agree with that? But guys, there's a group called millennials, right? Us millennials, we are y'all laughing too hard on that one. It's not that fun. But no, the millennials, guys, that's that group, 21 to 35. Do you know they booking $200 billion annually in travel? Where are they getting the money from? Somebody said student loans. But that's an organization, that's a group, that's an age group that's booking $200 billion annually. Not over a period of time, annually. And guess what? Here's what I love. There's another generation called baby boomers. Y'all give it up for the baby boomers. And you should. You know why? Because the baby boomers transcended everything in their path. Everything. Right? Yes. A billion babies were born. 1946 and 1964. And guess what when they was born? Back then, a long, long time ago, parents and stuff was putting food in their mouth, chewing it up, and then giving it to them. But there was a company that came along and said, let's help people stop putting food in their mouth and chewing it up. And we're going to smash the food up for them, put it in some jars, and call it Gerber. Is Gerber still around?
Yes.
Baby boomers. And guess what? Those little babies who was eating that food at the time, now, I'm not trying to gross nobody out, but they was using the bathroom. But back then they had those diapers, you had to wash them out. And parents got tired of washing those diapers. But that was a company came along and said, you know what, let's help them out. And let's make some disposable diapers, they call Pampers. Is Pampers still around? Yeah. Now these same little babies, Mr. Rollins, now they toddlers. They playing with toys, G.I. Joe the Kung Fu Grip, Tonka, Mateo, are they still around? Yes. Baby boomers. Then they started going to school. More schools were built in our country than any time in history. Then they started going to college. Dead, because they was getting credit cards like those kids. Inflation. Baby boomers. And then they started getting married. The housing market boomed. Baby boomers. And now they retire 1 every 27s for the next 20 years. Baby boomers. Anybody think travel going anywhere? No. Absolutely not. Listen. Guys, get paid on what people are going to do. Somebody say anyway. Anyway. If you don't remember anything else we say tonight, understand that. Because I promise you, again, if you're looking for a complex formula, you're going to miss this. Watch this. Our company, IntelliTravel, says we're going to allow you 70 to 80% of the commission for things that's done through your website. But here's what's even more powerful. Not just through your website, but things you do directly with the suppliers. How many of y'all ever called a hotel directly? book a hotel. That's dealing directly with the vendor. That's what we call it in the industry. But now you get compensated for that. Is that good or good? And then the company says, we already have all the details laid out for you. We've already broken all the deals with all the major airlines, all the major cruise lines, all the hotel chains, all the rental car companies. We already did the legwork for you. And then the company said, no third-party intermediaries. This is what got me. See, that let me know I was getting a cut of a cut of a cut of a cut. Is that good or good? It's not just a travel club. It's a travel agency. No affiliate program. IntelliTravel owns their own booking platform. And they deal directly with the supplier. Where can you be in a 70-30 relationship when you get 70? Right here in IntelliTravel. And then the company can have a place where you get your little increase, right? The more educated you come in the travel industry, they share 80 to 20. And then I'm gonna show you where they show 90 to 10. Uh-oh. Yeah. Listen, guys, I know y'all ready to get started. The company provides you with your very own state-of-the-art travel booking portal. And like I said, it's not just a travel website. You have the ability to deal directly with suppliers. We provide an email marketing campaign, sales tools, print advertising, business cards, stationery, direct mail. We even have a supplier that will have lead generations to help you find clients. The company provides that with some of our suppliers. Is that good or good? Right. How do you lose? Listen, somebody thinking right now, how much? I want to see the money. Anybody want to see the money?
Yes.
I know you do. What's his name? James? Jamal, like, yeah, I've been waiting on that right there. Jamal, imagine a frequent business traveler. 3 nights, 3 months, 3 times a week, right? Imagine that. Somebody book on your website. Not you doing it. They go to your website. They book a hotel stay. Imagine $151. Would you cash it? Okay, just right? Would that help offset the cost of somebody's phone bill? Yeah. Imagine a golf trip to Scottsdale, Arizona. Any golfers in the room? I'm working on my game. I'm gonna catch out that field. So, listen, 5-day golf trip, guys, Scottsdale, Arizona for 4 people. Imagine it's done through your website, not you doing it, but the company says, here's $274 in commission for something he's gonna do anyway. Do they help offset the cost of somebody's insurance?
Definitely.
Imagine a 7-day honeymoon, all inclusive, with butler service to Cancun, Mexico. Now we know some honeymoons taking place in a marriage took place, but listen, imagine earning $500. I'm saying because they're saving on the deals. Imagine $561 coming to your household for something that you're gonna do anyway. Is that good or good? Imagine a group cruise, because family reunions aren't like they used to be. A lot of people want to be out there in the hot sun, at the park, right? How many of y'all used to be on the family reunion committee, and you don't want to be on it no more because everybody gonna make their payment on time, they want to change rooms, they going, they ain't going. Y'all don't like y'all family very much, do you? But imagine you do a family reunion cruise. I think $2,000 will help with some Advil to take care of that headache. Over $2,000 in commission for something that you just want to do anyway? Is that good or good? But that help offset the cost of your mortgage. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine that's just one booking from each person. Imagine doing that repeatedly. Because you know a lot of people travel. Last but not least, guys, these are IntelliTrips. Now the industry of travel have what we call familiarization trips, where the suppliers want us to come as travel professionals, learn and be educated about the properties that they offer, the services, the things of that nature. So they allow travel professionals to do it at a discounted rate. Is that good? Yes. But IntelliTravel took it a step further, because they have IntelliTrips that are exclusive to IntelliTravel agents only. And I was so grateful because when I got started in the business, my first week, they had an IntelliTrip to Jamaica. Now, I desired to go to Jamaica. I actually had conducted research and priced it, right? And I wanted to go to Montego Bay for 4 days, 3 nighs, all inclusive, and I was gonna splurge. Felicia, I said I want the butler service, 24 hours. I want all that. Do you know that trip is gonna be between $1,800 and $2,000? I said I'm gonna wait on that trip. I'm gonna pray for it. I'm gonna save up. True story. Anybody that had to save to go on vacation? Okay, well, like it's just me, right? But it's a true story. I didn't have the $2,000 to spend on a trip. I said I'll save up for it. Well, guess what? The blessing was IntelliTravel had the exact same trip to Jamaica, but it wasn't going just to Jamaica. I mean, Montego Bay, where I desired to go. They went to Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, and the Grill, Jamaica. And I said, what about Chalet my squash? You eat what I'm saying? I agree. I learned that in Jamaica. Because I went to Jamaica as a travel professional, I got educated on the island of Jamaica. Come on. And guess what? I was there for 6 days, not 4, 6 days, 5 nights, all inclusive, butler service with a sunken living room in my suite. All you can eat, all you can drink, all you can drink, all you can eat, all you can drink. Now initially I was thinking, okay, $1,800 to $2,000 for that 4-day, 3-night all this is gonna be a little bit. And Travel said, it's more $199. I said, woo woo woo. $199, ladies and gentlemen, true story. Now, again, that wasn't per day, that was for the entire 6 days and 5 nights. If you understand resorts, they have resort fees. All included. Nope, not extra, $199. And guess what? I still got the email right now, JP, showing the proof of that, guys. That's an IntelliTrip. Another IntelliTrip took place March 8th through 11th. Did anybody go on this IntelliTrip, that cruise? Look around the room. I'm not going to tease y'all and tell y'all what all they did. But they had them all, right, on Norwegian Cruise Line. Now, a lot of people never cruised Norwegian Cruise Line. I haven't yet, but it's a luxury cruise line. Understand, this 3-day Bahama cruise retail between $9,000 and $1,000. Our agents went, guys, balcony cabin for $239 per person. Is that good or good? Y'all missed that one, but we got another one. Carnival say, we're not gonna be out there, we want y'all to come check out our cruise ship, right? We're gonna have a seminar at sea, guys, September 14th through the 18th. Ocean View cabin is $199 a person. Now, if you wanna go ahead and be bougie, get your balcony cabin, $299. Yeah. Somebody looking right now, put your phone down. Now, as I wrap up, guys, as if all of that wasn't enough, IntelliTrip wrapped 3 guarantees around this amazing business project. And this really sealed the deal for me. Now, the company says, first of all, we have a best travel price guarantee. Did I say the cheapest? So we don't do cheap. Period. The company says best travel price, meaning if someone books with you, now we know everybody in the world does price comparison. Would y'all agree with that? So they're gonna book with you, but they're gonna go look somewhere else too. Like they always do, and that's okay. We encourage it, go ahead. Check them out. Because IntelliTrip says best travel price means if you find a better price someplace else, compare the same itinerary, apples to apples, oranges to oranges, send us what they found, and we're going to meet or beat that price. And then the company said, if we can't, by chance, because of the timeline, whatever it might be, because you only have 6 months to do it, we talk about 7 days, right? The company says, we'll meet or beat the price. If we can't, we're going to pay your client 110% of the difference in the form of IntelliBucks. So the next time they book with you, they got a credit towards their next booking. And somebody said, game over. As if that wasn't enough. The company said, we have a no questions asked, 100% money back guarantee. No questions asked. The company says, once you get started, we want you to check us out. From the inside, not the outside. Right? Now, what's the best way to research a business? From the inside or the outside? And the company said, we give you 30 days. Now we know that the law says consumers have 3 to 5 days because if they have buyer's remorse, they get their money back. And IntelliTrip says 3 to 5 days is not long enough. We give you 30 to come inside, test drive this business. Check out some of the trips Orlando Moore talked about. Earn some travel commissions. And if on day 30, for whatever your reason is, you wake up, you decide it's not for you, the feeling is mutual. The company gives you 100% of your money back. Because we're looking for the people looking for us. And it's not a begging business. It's just information, right? If it's for you, great. If it's not, great. Somebody asked me last week, Mr. Moore, how we don't ask questions if somebody wants their money back? Because whatever your reason is, we're not going to understand it. That's it. Man, for you? Okay, here you go. It don't matter. Listen, guys, we're real talk. And last but not least, the company said we have a risk-free profit guarantee. Show me anywhere in the world where you've seen these 4 words together. Risk-free. The company says, after your 30-day test trial, once you decide, you know what, I'm going for it. we guarantee you a profit your first 12 months in business. And if you have not earned or saved what it costs you to do business with us in your first 12 months, IntelliTravel cuts you a check for the difference. The company took away the skepticism that I thought I could have had. They took away the risk, and they said that my success is inevitable. You are guaranteed success. How do you lose? By not being involved. Honestly. Listen, we have an incredible price point, because I know some of y'all are like, man, I need to go ahead and make sure my credit score is squared away. I need to call the bank, see if I need to get a loan, because I know this is going to be worth thousands and thousands of dollars that this guy just talked about. Because y'all saw the value, would you agree with that? Right. But I want you to make sure your shoes are tied up tight. Because the information I'm about to show you is going to blow your socks off and leave your toes smoking. Because we talking about you getting started as a PlanNet marketing representative for $19.95, where you have the ability to literally franchise yourself. Now, I liken it to a broker's license. Brokers to sell houses. Because I told you, Mr. James Roberts said, IntelliTravel sells travel, PlanNet marketing sells us. $19.95 gives you that ability to sell the travel stores. If you had a choice of selling hot dogs or hot dog stands, which would you choose? Cars or car dealerships? Travel or the travel stores? Because the company says, if it's not for you to empower other people, to help other people, if you're selfish, you want to deprive somebody of something you've been blessed with, whatever if it's not for you to sell, it's okay. Because we allow you to do either or. Now, we don't make you choose this or that, because we want to let you do this and that. Because we don't want you to leave money on the table. Is that good or good? But the company says for $179.95, a one-time setup fee. Never pay that again. And then after your 30-day test trial, $39.95. You got access to the entire world of travel under the umbrella of IntelliTravel, which has already booked over $120 million in travel sales, 16,000 plus agents around the world. And you're going to be in business for yourself and not by yourself. Now, when you make that quality decision and do both, $199.90, $200. Jamal, I know. Jamal, you like, that's a typo? No. $200. Guys, that's less than the cost of your smartphone. $200? And again, that's a one-time setup fee for both businesses. Your monthly operating cost for both businesses combined is only $59.90. $2 a day on average. Right? 8 quarters a day. When was the last time you had an 8-quarter-a-day problem? When you was 12? And then, even at 12, if I had a $2 a day problem, in the fall, I had a rake. I do a rake some leaves. So $2 a day was not a problem. In the wintertime, it was snowing, I had a shovel. So $2 a day is not a problem. In the summertime, I had a lawnmower. I can go cut some grass. $2 a day is not a problem. It's amazing how when we become adults, talk about it. $2 a day seems to be a problem. To own a business in the largest country in the world, $2 a day is not a problem. If it is, you need a business more than you realize. That's good. And to show you how to franchise yourself, I have the awesome responsibility to introduce to someone and present to others a young lady who is breaking the bank. This young lady, guys, when I tell you she's on something else, and I'm not talking about drugs and everything. I'm talking about another level of intensity, another level of sincerity, laser focus, and producing more leaders like never before. Breaking records in this industry. Yes. This young lady is a 4-star director going 5-star. She's a chairman's council member, one of only 4, which helped to provide guidance to the chairman of our company, Mr. Donald Bradley, and the direction of this company as we go into momentum. So you're about to hear from one of the baddest leaders on the planet. So y'all please give it up for, let's see, 6-figure income earner, 6-figure income producer, time and time again, director, breaker,
for you. Can we give another hand to General Orlando Ford? This guy is amazing, blazing a trail, the #2 income earner worldwide in PlanNet marketing. And you know what? I think I'm so fired up today because I truly see lives changing. If PlanNet marketing so far has changed your life and you're in this room, could you stand to your feet? Look around. Look around. We're not writing the checks for the company here. I'm not. I'm not writing checks for that. Don't come to me for a check. But there are lives being changed. Lives are being changed. And one of the things that, you know, I'm so grateful today is that shift is happening. Do you feel it? Anybody understand that shift is happening? Do you understand that many of us grew up in a society, General Moore talked about the baby boomers and what we used to do, but do you remember a time that TV cut off? Yeah. I don't remember. I don't really remember. I'm a millennial. But TV's cut. Yes, TV cut off. There was a time you were on the phone with your boo, Mr. Rollins, and the phone was busy. Desiree, do you remember being on the phone? Are you asleep? No, are you asleep? And y'all both should have been asleep because it was way too late. So mama missed all type of calls. There was no call waiting. Do you remember going to your grandmother's house and her radio and her stereo was big as this? And y'all had to put the little penny on the record to get it to play. And then y'all had a TV like this, and then y'all put the little TV on the big TV, and then y'all had the pliers. Where the pliers at? It wasn't no remote. Y'all lost the pliers. Everybody was upset. Do you remember a time you would get in the car with your granddaddy who had a perm? You know granddaddy used to roll his hair. Y'all don't remember that? But he used to have what was called an 8-track tape in there. Now don't raise your hand if you still have an 8-track. We got some old seasoned players in the room. Anyway, there was a time. But have you guys understood that things have changed? We don't roll around with 8 tracks, do we? Do we still roll around like that?
Nope.
All these things have changed. We've streamlined things. Now your cell phone is not the size of a duffel bag, it's the size of what? A deck of cards. All these things have changed. Society has shifted. But why is the way that we earn money have not shifted or changed? People are still using the same formula. Go to college, get your degree, get a job, and live happily never after.
Thank you. Hello.
Because it never happens. Why are we still using that formula? And I'm not against education. I got a degree in Delta Sigma Theta. It was awesome. I got a degree. It was in Delta, and I learned how to have fun. I learned a lot. But here's the thing, that if I had not met Mr. Bradley after spending 20 years in corporate America, where they did not appreciate me whatsoever.
Hello.
Is anybody in here experienced being overworked and underpaid?
Yes, yes.
So somebody can relate. And I had a plan. Okay, General Moore, my plan was I was going to get them before they got me. Anybody ever been in a bad relationship? That it's your plan to get them before they get you, but you just stay stagnant because you're comfortable, and then out the blue they got you and they quit, let's be friends. You was like, I already wanted to be your friend. I was the one that was going to call this off. How many of you know that in your mind you want to quit, but you can't because you don't have a plan B? And you got to stay in that bad relationship? Why? Because you don't have no options. Today, can I give you an option?
Yes, please.
Or two?
Yes, yes.
Can I give you an option?
Yes.
If you don't know better, you don't do better. And that was my story. I didn't know what I didn't know. And if it had not been for our founder and our chairman of the board, guys, I'd still be somewhere not knowing. And so today, if you're a guest, again, raise your hand, give it up for the guests. you ain't doing the right things in life. I'm like, I'm grown, I know stuff. Things, I went to college. But how many of you know that in college they don't really teach you wealth strategies?
That's right.
So when I found myself on the other side of being fired and let go, it was a situation. Now, normally it's a situation, but when unemployment runs out, it's a situation. Because there was no more money. After 6 months of no unemployment, how many of you know that many of us are 2 weeks from a disaster? And Mr. Bradley shared with me that in order to have wealth, to build wealth strategies, you have to have a network. And your network is one. You cannot, as one person, work enough hours to get yourself rich. And one of the things I try to do, you talk about Jamaica, my mother used to call me, Miss I used to say I was her Jamaican baby, because I had 3 job mom. I had not 1, 2, but 3 jobs. Anybody ever had multiple jobs? And try to do that? Guys, you can't work enough hours to get yourself rich. But how many of you know that J. Paul Getty, billionaire tycoon, said, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of who? My own. That's how you begin to build wealth. And so we are going to share. Mr. Bradley talked about sharing. Can we share? Yes. Many of us share our favorite restaurant, where we like to go get our hair done, who's our favorite barber, what's the favorite, movie that we've seen. We share all the time. I spent 20 years in property management. And so if somebody would refer a resident to our property, we would give them a month free. Anybody heard of that?
Yes.
It was called a resident referral,
yes,
AKA network marketing. Because we were sharing, people share, and guess what? We got the referral and we paid them one time. So if I come in here and somebody says, if I come up to Deborah, is it Deborah? Desbra, because she's jazzed it up. It's not Deborah, it's Desbra. Desbra, how would you like to get paid on travel, make money, save money on travel? Would that make sense to you? And she says yes. She gets involved for $1.99. Guess what? The company pays me $50 for sharing with Desbra. Is that cool? $50 is cool, but that's not gonna save us. $50 is not gonna save us, because some of y'all will spend $50 at the slot machine in 2 seconds. Yes. But this is how you get saved. Because if Desbra goes out and tells Mr. Leland, okay, about this opportunity, what happens is, Desbra, you created another franchise up under your organization. If Leland goes out there and shares this opportunity with Sherry, you get $50. Excuse me. If you share it with him, you get 50. If he shares with Sherry, you get 25. You're going to get a 50% match on all of Leland's weekly activities. Is anybody interested in getting paid for work you didn't do?
Yes. Here we go.
I have to confess. Can I come to the altar?
Yes.
I used to struggle with getting paid for work I didn't do. I used to really struggle, because I'm like, oh my God, Philip is out here really working, and I'm getting all these checks. Darn it, Philip. Tiffany's out here killing this thing, and wow, another check. Robin's out here booking all this travel. Robin's idea, $11,000 cruise on music. And I get 10%. I don't know anybody on the cruise. This seems wrong. How many of y'all know I got all red? Because the 50% match is revolutionary. How many of you know that you sell your time wholesale to your boss and they sell it retail? That's the way that the world works. And so you've got to create a network, guys. There's no limit to the number of people you can personally bring into this business. And you can match them all 50%. But guys, better than 50% match is a team bonus. Team together, each achieves more. Team working together. Now the team bonus, General Moore, really was not something I clearly understood. And so I kind of took a while for that to sink in. Because once you hit gold builder status, guys, you get what's called an override of a $10 bill. And it goes all the way up to $60 in overrides as people join your organization. And I thought that was cute. It sounded exciting. But how many of you know if you never really experienced something, you can't attach emotions to it? Most people stay broke because they don't know what it feels like to be free. But if you remember, there's a movie called Trading Places. Y'all remember when Dan Aykroyd went broke and he turned to crime? Eddie Murphy, on the other hand, had been broke and he's tasted the good life a little bit. So here I was in a Eddie Murphy situation. Never really tasted the good life until the team bonus began to activate. One of the twin powers. So I got to what was called two-star director, and the #1 income earner, Shedrick White, called me. He said, "Queen, you've been stagnant." And here I was getting $20 overrides, $30 overrides. He said, "You're gonna need to go to the next level." I said, "Okay, we're getting there, Mr. White. We're getting there." How many of y'all know Shedrick White went ahead and sent me a copy of his check? Anybody ever received one of those from him? So Mr. White sent me a copy of his check. All of a sudden, it got real in the streets. I said, "Team, there's an emergency call, an emergency meeting. This is an emergency. We've got to get these $40 bills." $40 every time somebody joins your organization. Does that resonate with anybody? Yes. So after I began to feel the team bonus, how many of you know I wanted the 50? At 4-star director, we get a $50 override every time somebody joins our organization. Woo! Now, Orlando and I can tell you, when you experience the 50, you want the 60. So no matter where you are starting, guys, all I'm saying is the team bonus can change your life. But better than the team bonus is what we call some residual income. And the residual income, guys, fast don't last, but slow is for sure. What do I mean by that? Residual income, guys, has to build over the course of time, but it doesn't go anywhere. And there's some individuals who are starting to build their network, they're starting to build their empires, they're building their teams, and I really want to give it up for those individuals who personally brought in 3 people and have gone bronze builder. If you're bronze, stand to your feet. Somebody say another level.
Another level.
At 6 personally sponsored individuals, you go silver. And the silver builders, guys, are increasing that network. And if you are a silver builder, stand to your feet to be acknowledged, silver builders. Awesome. Somebody say another level. Guys, there's a position called gold. And when you go gold, guys, again, you are maximizing the compensation plan at its best. At gold, guys, you receive a $10. Remember that team bonus I told you you begin to experience? You get that at gold. You also get a 10% match on people who are personally booking travel through your organization if you personally sponsor them. So again, if I come out here and Dwayne books a cruise for his class reunion, and let's say he gets a $5,000 check as a gold builder, how much would you receive if you personally sponsored Dwayne? $500. And there's also a 10% match on the matrix. So if you are in fact a gold builder, we want you to stand to your feet to be recognized. Gold builder! But here's what, I like what you said, General Moore. You said the 401k is not okay. And I say my 401k was a 401 joke. Because I did not have a retirement strategy. Anybody know that statistically 85% of Americans retire broke? Yeah. So if that's 85% in this room, just think about it. It's somebody. It's not just everybody else. It could be us, right? And so what is our strategy? Mr. Bradley has put together a foolproof wealth strategy to help us to build long term. He is allowing us to build this matrix, guys, 3 levels across, 9 levels deep. And in this matrix, on the front end, it's $199 to get started. The company pays out on the $199, $135 back to the sales team. Is that not generous? $135. But on the back end, when we pay the $59.95 to maintain our business, we get a $4 override in many different ways. But guys, here in the matrix, guys, $4 a person begins to add up. A $4 may not mean a lot to you unless you have a team of 100, like Miss Nikki Jackson just did. A team of 100. How much is 100 times 4? That's $400 in residual income that's coming to your household every single month. On time, I can say. Sometime before time, I'm dead correct. But guys, can you see how the company will allow you to build your team 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, down to 19,000 individuals? Does that make sense to anybody? So let's see that. Let me see, my brother over here. Akeem. I love Akeem. You know that Coming to America is my favorite movie. Are you friends? I believe you are. So Akeem, let's say that you and I are concert promoters. Let's say that we're going to bring, where do they have concerts in Vegas? On the Strip? Okay. We're going to bring a concert to Vegas. And who are we going to bring? Well, what's the artist we're going to bring? Name somebody I know.
Drake.
Oh, he got the whole lineup. Al Green done went on the king. He's not with us anymore. Okay. Al Green's gone on. The king, I gotta break it to you. I don't know if you knew. So, he's gone. So, Akeem said we're gonna bring Drake, and we're also going to bring Stevie Wonder. I don't know how that, but we're gonna bring him. We're going and see, here's the thing. You're gonna be the muscle. I need you at the door, keeping the money. It's gonna be $4 to get into the concert. Okay? I'm gonna see people. I'm on Ursher. I'm on Ursher. But $4. Can you handle collecting $4 per person? Come on in. So as people come into the Drake Stevie Wonder concert, it's hot. So there's only 3 seats on the first row. And where does the 4th person have to sit? The 2nd row. How many seats are there? 9. So after we fill up the 2nd row, how many more seats? 27. 81, 243. And as people fill in, because this is a hot ticket. Drake and Stevie? Hot. So when they fill up the 9th row, it's 19,000 people. Now remember, Akeem got $4 per person. Do you know if we sell out, which we have, we don't sell out. Do you know that Akeem and I, not Drake because he got his cut. Do you know that Akeem and I will split $118,000 that night? Now let me ask you this, and I know that we're friends and we're partners, but if you could cut me out and get the whole $118,000, would that be cool?
No.
You're so sweet. No, I'm just saying, if I dropped out.
Well, yes.
Say yes. Give it up for Akeem. Somebody get him on their team. Loyalty. So here's the thing. Do you understand that when you start your business this evening, you start your own virtual theater? And do you understand that you just getting started. And guys, the company rewards you for being a leader. Anybody spent 5 years on their job or in their industry? 10, 15, 20 years in your industry? How many of you know that many of us devote our lives to helping somebody else get rich and they never give us so much as a thank you, let alone a bonus? And do you know the generosity of Mr. Bradley, who pushes this compensation plan to the max? And he says, if you build a team of 100, we will pay you a bonus of 500 at the first of every month. If you have the audacity to build a team and double that to 300, guys, he will double your money. If you double that, he will double your money. Many of us were in line for raises. Some of us are still in trouble with HR because we set it off for 50 cents that we did not get. Some of us are still under advisory because you clowned for 50 cents and 25 cents that you were due. And it belonged to you. Anybody not get a raise that was due to you? Do you know that you don't have to play office politics over here? You can make a decision to build a team up to 100,000 ITAs and they will pay you an extra $100,000 on the first of every month. Extra. And there's some people who are daring to do it. And I want to present to you some very, very special individuals who have helped this company to grow with leaps and bounds, and we call them one-star directors. Come to the front of the room, one star. One star.
Hi, Sarisa Croston from Houston, Texas. I'm a stay-at-home mom and homeschool teacher.
Natalie Alexander, Atlanta, Georgia. I own a restaurant food distribution company and a mother of 8. So I think that's 2 jobs.
John DaCosta from London, England. Real estate is my background.
Sheila Peterson from Stockton, California. I'm a licensed clinical social worker serving our veterans on a daily basis.
Star that just broke is a principal of principals. This gentleman works by day helping our children learn, but by night he helps our adults learn. Financial freedom, all the way from Maryland, brand new. 3-star, my friend brother, Damian Jones.
Great evening, Las Vegas. Great evening, Las Vegas. Listen, you're in a good place. It's people that are struggling to get here because of weather. So understand that you're here by divine appointment. I'm so busy over here celebrating my sister, Miss Mayberry, because I know what that means for her and her household. As Ms. Watkins said, I'm a principal by trade, and how many of you would agree that children are different today? And just realize that I've been doing this for 19 years and had to begin to evaluate some things. That if I did it for another 19, General, would it put me in a position that I deserve? See, I was at a meeting like this and someone asked this question that I had to begin to ponder for myself. They said, if you could write a check for what you were worth on your job, what would it look like? And in my head, I had a lot of zeros. Tell me, you know, as a principal, you 24 hours. We don't get summers off. I'm on the weekends, a dog run across my campus, they call the principal. Kid get injured, they call the principal. Parent have an issue, they call the principal. Right? And so I wrote that check in my head. And the question they followed up was this. They said, if you feel you're worth so much, why do you settle for so little? And I knew that my industry was not vested in my wealth development. Every year they asked me to do more. My scores have gone from 48% to 72, and they still haven't given me more money. But every year they asked me to give more effort. And they showed me this plan. And they said, if you're willing to have work ethic, and see, my mama told me how to work hard. She used to play that same record player with the coin that Saturday mornings, Roberta Flack, and you had to get up and play. before you can go outside and play. And once you was outside, you had to drink from the spigot because there wasn't no in and out. And so I understood that this money that comes every month, based off what you did months ago, was something that they did not teach me in college. But I'm sitting under the leadership of people who are willing to help. How many of you know if you can show me and you're willing to teach me, I can learn it? So I would say for you, open your mind, because your mind works like an umbrella. It works best when it's open.
And not the fake ones that, I'm just saying he's a real millennial. This gentleman is one of the hardest working men in the industry. He is leading the way in a market where there was no evidence and no proof. He became the proof and the evidence all the way in London.
Let's go to Las Vegas. Sounds a bit different when I say it. This is my wealth strategy. You see, like many people have just said before me, well, the working a 9-to-5 job, I mean, we're not here to bash it, but I was genuinely in an abusive relationship. See, my boss was overworking me, underpaying me, and I knew the conversation was never going to come about, hey, David, really, really sorry, been, taking advantage, treating you like Django. We're going to $2,000 to your salary, and you can have Thursdays and Fridays off. That conversation was never going to come about. So if I wanted to be a professional dad, spend more time with my future wife and children, I had to find a wealth strategy. And if you can see my wealth strategy, one part of it, this is one of many ways we get paid. On the 1st of every month,
That's right.
this company puts in $2,000 into my account. Yeah. And on the 2nd of every month, my mother takes it out of my account. The work I did to get that $2,000 every month was done in the beginning of January 2016, so I've kind of forgotten about what I did. So my mom can have that. That's free money, right?
There you go.
Income. Michael Jackson, I mean, he doesn't make Billie Jean anymore, but his family is still benefiting from $803 million 2016 from the songs he made back in the 80s, right? He's not still working for those songs, right? But his family is still spending that income. So for me, this is a great vision. And if you see people around you are going to say, no, don't do this, they don't see your vision here at PlanNet Marketing, that's okay. Because eagles and pigeons have very different visions, right? I mean, we want to do something different. We've seen this. We've seen businesses. We say, oh, it's amazing. We're going to teach you this. You're going to do that. And say, right, you want to get started? Just go ahead to the tables on the left and get started. It's only $17,000. You're like, oh wow, that sounded so good until you told me I can't afford it. $200 to change your life. I've been out there, I'm full time in Vegas. I see some people spend $200 in a second. I don't mean a second, I mean in a second. So that same $200 that myself, that JP invested, has genuinely changed our lives. So again, guys, don't wait too long. Get yourself involved. This is the best place on the planet. Thank you.
Yeah.
The brothers work together. And that's why I love, you saw John earlier, and I'm sure Toby is somewhere around, but they work in groups. And isn't it good to empower your family?
Yes.
Somebody say, put a ring on it. Put a ring on it. Once you hit that 6-figure income, do you know that 5%, I think it is, of America, 5% are the only people that make 6 figures in America.
That's right.
And do you not know that this company has in 17 months put about 9 rings, or is it now 10? I think it's maybe up to 10 rings. And guys, we have a ring earner in the house today, and this gentleman I know personally because I called him when we first got this project started. And I asked him, would he mind partnering with me on the greatest ride of our life. And he said, I will. But how many of you know that you don't know what people gonna do? Some people say they gonna go to work with you, but they have absolutely no intention of doing so. But how many of you know it feels good? You'd rather run with one than drag 100. And all I needed was one somebody to run, and guys, he ran. He at that time, he and his lovely wife and his kids were in an apartment. And it wasn't fun. It was rough. This man has battled through the depths of the depths, but he came out on the other side, and he is living proof that you can make 6 figures from the comfort of your own home. He is a 3-star director with a team of over 1,000. 6-figure ring earner, number 8 income earner, Philip and Yolanda Rollins.
What's up, Las Vegas?
What's up?
Man, it feels good to be out here, but you know, if you got invited here today, somebody thought enough of you, like Ms. Watkins thought enough of me and my family, right? Because we need to change, right? We need something different. Because when you live in an apartment, you got 5 kids, one in college, in and out of home, you know, it's kind of cramped up a little bit. So we need to change, and you know, it's one thing to need change, but it's another thing to do something about it, right? And I was ready to do something about it because Ms. Watkins didn't know I already had prayed for that phone call. So I was actually waiting on it, I just didn't know how it was going to come. And she called me, right? But she thought enough of me, so whoever invited you here tonight, they thought enough of you. It's not about us, it's about the people that we can go empower. So that's what we did. Ms. Watkins, we partnered up, we went out there and created a 6-figure income, and we did it in less than 5 months. Then my kids got involved, right? My little baby girl, she started tracking my stats. Hey, you hit this position on this day. She was putting down the times and everything, because you know your kids are watching, right? Yeah. So then you get your kids involved. We said, I'm gonna get out of this apartment, I'm gonna get you in the house. Right? So about 12 months later, I was able to get them in the house, right? Now my kids got palm trees in their backyard. So this is the baddest place on the planet. I'm here to tell you, I'm the living proof, right? Because you know, a lot of people talk about it, but we over here, we're being about it. This is not hype. We don't make up things. This is real numbers, right? And we are real people out here changing real lives. So thank you guys.
Mr. Rollins, a real masterpiece. You know, some of y'all get that from their homes. How many of you know when you take it to 6 figures to $250,000? Your ring changes. And Mr. Moore, what does that ring look like?
Hello.
You get that ruby ring. And so for those of you that do know, again, that I'm a Delta, I can't do this blue much longer. I'm gonna need a ruby ring! This weekend, I get a chance to get that ruby ring. God be the glory. Let me tell you something, $60 a month, they pay me $20,000 a month, and I don't have to stuff y'all in no girdle. Makeup on your face. I don't have to sell you nothing. All I gotta do is help you live your dreams and have your vacation dreams come true.
Hello.
Where did they do that at? And Mr. Shedrick White is wearing that ruby, but guys, he's retiring it for the diamond. He is going to get the diamond this weekend, signifying $500,000. $60 a month. Anybody interested in $83,333 a month? Well, if you are, this is your wealth strategy to get that double diamond. So I think Mr. White may need some security, because not only is he getting the diamond, he will get the Rolex to match.
Hello.
How much bling can one man put on his? Vegas, we're here. you know that this company will forever be changed?
Yeah.
This is a moment in our lives that we will have never been at the ground level of anything. And you are here, live and living color before 20,000, before 50,000, before 100,000 refs. Do you understand the seat that you're sitting in is $1 million seat? And you're sitting in it right now? I've been waiting my whole life for this moment. In Vegas, I am going to maximize it, and I pray that you maximize it with me. We're going to teach you everything we know. Is anybody ready to be taught? Yeah. We're going to teach you what we know. On Thursday, tomorrow, we're going to go through and have some registration. We're going to turn up with the pep rally. Yeah. But on Friday, we're going to have classes all day. Is anybody going to black out with us? We want you to wear all black. And we want you in class. We don't want you on the strip. We don't want you at the slots. We need you in the spots. Learning. Okay, that's what we need you to do. My grandmother said the best way to double your money, honey, is to fold it up and put it in your pocket. Double it over in your pocket.
There you go.
Go out here doubling your money. So guys, we're going to teach you what we know, but you got to be present. You got to show up for your own rescue. Right. So that's what we're going to do. And guys, you're going to get to meet our founder and chairman, Mr. Bradley. Our CEO, Andy Counting. And the president of Intellitravel, James Farrar. So the journey of 1,000 miles, guys, begins with what?
One step.
One step. Do not have a poor mentality. I pray that you don't. Poor meaning passing over opportunity repeatedly. Guys, this is your moment in time. And so we want to invite each and every one of you to join us at the best place on the planet.